If a celebrity's phone is vulnerable to a hacker, you may wonder if your phone is at risk. Dan Ackerman is a senior editor with our partners at CNET. Dan, good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
How vulnerable is all this information we store on the cloud?
You know, if you think about it, you have multiple copies of things in multiple places. Maybe you share them with a lot of people. So there's a chance that pretty much anything you put up in the cloud is vulnerable in some way. Perhaps if you're a celebrity, more so because people are actively looking for it. If they're not looking for it, you know, less so, really.
My first reaction was, who knew how many celebrities took new photos of themselves? I mean, this is quite a list. How did this hacker get into the system?
You know, I feel like it may not be one person, it may be a group of people, and these may be photos that were kind of put together over a course of months or years. It looks like they were taken with different devices, not just Apple devices. So it's kind of a question of sort of getting all the stuff together and then making a big splash by going online and saying, look at all the cool stuff I've got.
So the big question is here is how do you protect yourself from something like this?
It's almost impossible to completely bulletproof your life. We share so much stuff and we use so many cloud services, which are really great for backing up information and keeping it safe and accessing it from different places, but it does add a degree of vulnerability because it's out there somewhere. I'd say the number one step is to put on what they call two-factor authentication anywhere that they allow that, like Gmail does and Apple does now, where if you want to change something with your account, you get a text message you have to respond to or with a code, and that actually makes sure that you have to physically have your phone with you in order to make a big change to your account. That's like the main thing.
And you said this is not necessarily just Apple. Do we know if any one company is more protected than the next?
You know, every once in a while you see an exploit pop up for one service or another service, and they usually jump in and they patch it. Apple had something, I think earlier this year, where a couple people found their phones basically hijacked by people who made the phones think they had been lost and locked them, and then sent a message saying, oh, you have to pay me if you want to unlock your own phone. And they got that message right in front of you on your phone. That was kind of scary. And of course, Gmail has had a lot of instances in, let's say, in China and other countries with the government trying to, you know, hack into people's accounts. So they added two-factor authentication. That's a good way to sort of at least slow people down, if not totally prevent them from getting your stuff.
If something's in the cloud, Dan, is it basically up there forever?
You know, we'd like to think we can delete things. We always warn people, especially if you put something on the cloud or on Facebook, you can delete it, but there's a good chance that somebody might have a copy of it. I would say to be on the safe side, assume that there may be a backup copy or a mirror or someone's already gotten it before you've gotten around to deleting it.
Wow, that's pretty scary.
That's
Thanks,
just the way
Dan.
it is.
Thank you very much, Dan.